Now, I don't know what Deshae Frost is being accused of. I haven't reacted to a Deshae Frost video in so long. I ain't gonna lie, I think it been like a couple weeks, or probably been a month, who knows. But we about to get to the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna try to watch my profanity because I know YouTube be taking people out the algorithm if you say the F-bomb. Obviously, like, the F-bomb is a crime now. Like, you can't say you can't say the F word, or else you get thrown in YouTube jail. But we about to get to the video, man. Let's get it.
I flew a out and I got him a Montclair jacket. What the f is going on? Like, and I was the one getting bent over.
Whoa, ho. You was the one getting what? Man, come on. I don't know nothing about these allegations. I'm out the loop. I have no idea what's going on, but we about to see.
Favorite YouTuber Diddy Frost decided to come out and talk about some allegations that have been put on his name by this TikToker. She spoke out and said that one of her co-workers actually knows Deshae Frost and was getting presents, gifts flown out by him, all this stuff. And the person that she was talking about was a guy claiming basically that Deshae Frost was DL, exposing him to the internet because she was reminiscing about it or something like that. But it caused Deshae
reminiscing is crazy.
Manic rage on stream multiple times, and it's escalating so far as to have Deshae saying he is going to sue her and get all of her social medias taken down. But I'm gonna go ahead of myself, so we're going to start from the very beginning for anyone who's unaware about this entire situation.
Okay, would you? I said I would kiss Bill Gates for 42 billion. Man, why the?
Man, come on, Deshae, come on, man. You playing around or you for real? He said he would kiss Bill Gates for 42 million. That is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's insane. Now, there's nothing wrong doing what you do. Like, I don't got no problem with the LGBTQ community. Like, do what you do. But he's saying he's a straight guy gonna kiss Bill Gates for 42 million. Basically, he's just putting a price on it. Basically saying, I would do this for 42 million. That's kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Putting a number on it is insane. First of all, Bill Gates ain't never giving you 42 million to begin with. So let's just put that to the side. What if you kiss him and he don't give you the money? Man, that'd be messed up, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Realistic. Why the f Bill Gates give you 42 million?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why? Get something like what's up? I'll do that.
Deshae Frost, someone who's been in the center of controversy a lot recently due to the content he's making. He is a YouTuber now turned streamer who got his upbringing in 2020, normally doing uploading a bunch, and the content was more on the very side, with him getting a bunch of girls on stream to flirt with them, do lie detectors, stuff like that. And this would not just extend to random girls he doesn't know, or even OF models, but even doing certain things to his family, talking about their BBLs, or just basically any women he's around. Family member, random person, honestly didn't matter to him. If they were a woman, he was definitely going to spot them in a certain way. So it really came to a shock to a lot of people when someone on TikTok called out Deshae Frost for being DL. Well, I can't really say Deshae, because technically in her video she never explicitly said his name. Instead, she said this.
Back in 2020, I used to work at FedEx, and while working there, I became cool with this gay boy who was very open about his sexuality. Okay, then he started all of a sudden coming into work with a Montclair jacket and a Gucci book bag holding his snacks. So I just took it upon myself to just ask him, like, do you know where we are? Because why are you wearing that nice to FedEx? Like, it don't make sense. He was like, oh girl, I didn't spend my money on this. I said, oh, period. He was like, you want to know who did? I said, who? And he told me the name of the person, but being that I don't want to get sued, I'm just going to call the person Snowflake. You know, the YouTube.
She called you Snowflake, Deshae. That's even worse. Snowflake the YouTuber. I'm gonna start calling you Snowflake, Deshae. Is that cool with you? You know, I'm a Snowflake Frost in the building. Shout out to Say No.
Yeah, so when that was told to me, I was like, wait, but I just saw Snowflake on YouTube with his girlfriend. He was like, oh girl, that's a cloak. he really liked boys for real.
I'll be honest, I first saw this video when it was just first blowing up and not that many people actually knew who she was talking about. A lot of people were putting question marks, calling out certain YouTubers because all she said was Snowflake and YouTuber. That is a pretty broad place to look for. She could have been talking about white YouTubers. She could have been talking about a YouTuber who actually had to do with snow, like Deshae Frost. She could have been talking about anybody. But where she messed up at is people in the comment section started saying certain names. In those comments, obviously some people are going to call out Deshae Frost specifically, saying his name, and her responses to some of them would be pretty subliminal. Nothing outright saying that it was Deshae Frost. But if you tried hard enough to look, she would tell people, hey, look at the hashtags. Her hashtags would be Snowflake, Streamer, YouTuber, DL. And if you click any of these
crazy hashtags
right at Deshae Frost, honestly, you could make the case that, hey, she still didn't explicitly say his name until after Deshae Frost decided to go on stream and say something, which would start the downfall of this whole situation to cause it to spiral.
But y'all got me f***ed up with this gay. That first, I'm gonna get her TikTok gone and a cease and desist. Getting sued for lying on me. Say that I get bent over on all this. I was 19, 18 years old in 2020. What the f*** I look like flying out a nigga and getting him a Montclair jacket? And on my name, bro. I try to be quiet, but I'm getting on. And
that's
niggas,
crazy,
bro. I don't care, bro. I gotta sue that and your family. I don't care. Fucking worthless. I'm sorry, bro. I can't deal with that.
Her family is crazy.
On my name, trying to get views, and that was the most views you've ever gotten on TikTok. You tripping about that? If that's so true, show the nigga something with me, messages or something, bro. Show that. Show all this. Show the nigga. Show all that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta put y'all on game. This is the scary part of fame, because anybody can get on TikTok and Instagram, whatever, any of their platforms, and just lie on you, and people will believe it because, like, you're a famous individual, so they just want to believe it type shit. So they gonna try to bring it to you and be like, such and such said this on TikTok about you. Is it true? They gonna keep spamming it in your comment section to really try to get you to respond to it. So that's the scary part of fame. Anybody can say anything about you, and you just gotta you gotta always respond to something if somebody putting allegations like that on you. But now people just won't put allegations on you for no reason now. I mean, I guess if she's trying to clout chase, but why are you out of all YouTubers? Why she ain't do nobody else? So I don't know, man. I don't believe it's true, but you just never know nowadays.
Talking about a kid at that point, and respect to all my people that is gay, but for me personally, what the f*** I look like? Nigga, I'm a kid at that time being gay.
Now I'm gonna be honest, being a content creator comes with people talking bad.
First of all, Deshae, why did you bring up that point? You said, what do I look like? I'm a kid at that time being gay. What do you being a kid have to do with anything about you being gay? First of all, you was 18 and 19 years old driving a G-Wagon. So don't make it seem like you just, oh man, you had responsibilities. You had to pay out that G-Wagon. You had a car note. You had your own crib, all kind of stuff going on. So why you trying to make it seem like you just an average 18-year-old? You wasn't. But it's cool though. You was on SWAT and some more stuff. You already know I'm trying to watch my words because I can't curse on YouTube no more because they gonna shadow ban you and things of that nature. So I quit. I don't want no more smoke with YouTube. I'm gonna follow the rules and I promise to follow all the instructions. But yeah, man, Deshae Frost, I don't know. Y'all think this true, chat, or what? Let's continue.
Making up fake stories about you, fake allegations, whatever it is. And most of the time it's something serious, or even if it's something small, they would deal with it in a professional way. But Deshae Frost, I feel like, has dealt with it in the worst way possible. Purely because, just because she mentioned the name Snowflake does not mean you should even speak out about it. Most people who have allegations directly toward them with their name don't even say anything. Yet, when it's something like this, he's outright talking about it, giving it more press and giving it more attention, which he doesn't need to do. She never outright said his name, even though in the comments you would see a lot of Deshae Frost before he even responded, and her liking the comments or even saying something slick under them. So you would come to the conclusion that's who she's actually talking about. Even with that, I don't think it's the right idea to go and confirm that by going on your stream and talking about it, because now you're going to have a back and forth between you and her, which is going to draw even more attention to something that I feel like shouldn't be that serious. And that's just all that happened. She ended up making another TikTok about the situation because he was speaking about her on his stream.
Y'all peep how I never said this nigga name, right? Because the hints that I gave was Snowflake and YouTuber. When I think of Snowflake, I think snow bunny, Caucasian. I could have been talking about a Caucasian person. There's hella Caucasian YouTubers. I was talking about Deshae, but
Hey, Deshae, man, she been doing her research. Deshae, didn't you, a while ago when you first came out on YouTube, Didn't you have snowflake merch, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, this video. This shit, I was about to curse. That's what make it even more funny. I think he actually had snowflake merch. That is wild. She did her research. I don't care what she tried to tell the public. She definitely did her research. That's why she said snowflake. She knew people would assume Deshae. Well, actually, people didn't assume Deshae. They were just throwing YouTubers out there. But if I would have heard that, I would have assumed Deshae, because I remember he had like snowflake merch and his last name Frost. So.
Said his name, but now I feel like I have to, because you made a.
And by the way, because I know y'all like making videos, and my bad for keep pausing. I know y'all like to make compilations and stuff when people get famous and they get clout, and you know, they get thrust into the industry, and y'all try to go back to their old videos and try to cancel them and try to say, oh, he this, he that, he homophobic. I'm not homophobic at all. I ain't got no problem with gay folks. Like, I got gay family members. I ain't got no problem with gay people. Like, gay people cool for real. You know, but y'all ain't about to cancel me, so I had to put an end to that right there, because I'm finna be famous in a little bit. Y'all ain't about to cancel me before I get in the door. You got me messed up. Well, let's continue.
Stream and mentioned me. Didn't say my name, but you talking about she's making TikToks in her green color contacts. You talking about my family. I'm worthless. You about to get my TikTok account taken. I'm getting a cease and desist. I'm getting sued. All this. I'm just trying to figure out why you're so hostile. I am not the first, and I won't be the last person to talk about you in this context.
Now, that video was a lot longer. It's around 4-ish minutes, but that's basically the gist of the video. Some other important things she did end up mentioning, though, was the fact that apparently some of Deshae's people contacted the guy that she used to work at FedEx with, and his friend ended up calling her and telling her that they wanted the videos to be taken down, which she said she was not going to do at all. I'm going to be honest, this situation is handled on both sides pretty wrong. I would say more on Deshae's side than her, really, because Deshae is a content creator. Content creators have things said about them, made up things all the time. People will hate on you for literally no reason, even if you're a perfect content creator. So for Deshae to go over and blow this up even more, it's kind of unnecessary. I can understand him offhandedly just saying it, like, yeah, I saw that video, that's kind of weird, and then kept it pushing. But the fact that I can show you a whole 4-minute clip of him still ranting about the situation,
yeah, that's crazy,
talking about her, it just makes it a lot worse. And as a content creator, he should know that, hey, blowing up the situation, or even talking about the situation period, is just going to make it 20 times worse. It's very unnecessary. And the part where I would say it's on her, she was just making a normal video and didn't really like say the specific person's name. She just ended up mentioning him in the comments, or liking comments that said his name, so people could connect the dots that, hey, maybe she's talking about him. But even then, like she said in that video, she's not going to be the last person to come up with fake things if this is truly fake. I'm not saying it is or not. I'm not trying to get sued. It's raw allegations, and it really shouldn't be that serious for me to say, hey, it's allegations when someone's just calling you gay, but they are. And in her right, she just made a video talking about it, and I do think it's kind of odd to even make a video talking about that type of thing, especially when you're just mentioning like a story that someone had told you and you don't know if it's true or not. But in that same video, she literally mentioned that, hey, this is just what the guy had told me. She didn't confirm if it was true or not. She didn't even say concrete, yeah, this definitely happened. She was just talking about a story of that something a guy had told her, and it just gets worse and worse the more you keep responding and feeding it for no apparent reason, especially when you talk about suing her, because then she's gonna want to even talk about it some more.
I just seen a TikTok, some talk about I'm fucking gay, bro. That is so fucking weird, nigga. I get like all that different type of shit, like, nigga.
Hey, Dub, why do you always have a hat on? Now, I was about to let you slide, and when I seen the first clip of you having the hat on, but I gotta get on you in this clip, my boy. Why do you have a hat on? It's 80 degrees outside, and plus you in Cali, so I know it's even more hotter over there. I guarantee you it's about 95 degrees right now in Cali, and he got a hat on, and he got a hat, and he got first of all, he got shorts on with a long sleeve shirt or a sweater, whatever that is, and he got a hat on. Are you hot and cold, or are you hot or cold, my boy? Cause you don't know. You gotta make your mind up, bro. He all over the place. But let's continue. My bad. I just had to point that out.
But this talking about I'm fucking gay. Like, what the like this, bro? Nah, no, some real. It's like, bro, because it's like, nigga, this talking about this dumb talking about, she talking about, nigga, she talking about, she said, talking about like, in 2020, nigga, she worked at some place, nigga, I was 19 when 2020. I flew a nigga out and I got him a Montclair jacket. What the f going on? Like, and I was the one getting bent over. What the nigga? I was 18 years old trying to finish high school, bro.
Why would you rat a nigga from FedEx?
Why would I
From FedEx is crazy.
Nigga, it's 100 degrees every day in LA.
To be honest, if anybody else was accused of something like this, I probably would assume they would just let it slide under the rug and not pay attention to it. Because being accused of your sexuality not being as you present it does not require drastic actions like Deshae is taking, as he talked about suing her and taking her TikTok or other social media accounts down. And obviously when you have something like this happening to you or being sued in general, you're probably going to want to make a response to talk about why this can't be the case. In my opinion though, her response to the situation is pretty funny, purely because she doesn't sit there and be like, alright, I will fight you in court, or alright, I'm gonna get the guy, we're gonna show proof. Instead, she suggests to have a lie detector test happen.
Since it's impossible to stop talking about me and the situation on Twitch, a platform where you and I both know I could only respond to you if I follow you, and I'm just not doing that, let's settle this once and for all with the lie detector test. Hook us both up.
Deshae, don't do it. She trying to get some content out of you. She gonna come over with the lie detector test and she gonna have 50 cameras. She gonna try to do it on a live stream, or she gonna try to do it by making a video. I'm telling you, Deshae, don't do it. Man, she trying to get some free content. Don't fall for it. She finna have that lie detector test, and she finna have a bunch of cameras with her. You gonna think it's MTV Cribs the way she gonna pull up with the cameras. So yeah, she trying.
I know for a fact
she trying to hit
that
a lick.
the information that I put out there was 100% told to me. I'm not lying. I'm going to pass with flying colors. And you're standing firm on this whole, oh, she's lying. That never happened. I was 18 or 19 trying to finish up high school. I never bought nobody a Montclair jacket. You should pass with flying colors too, no? And in that scenario, if we both pass with flying colors, that means that the third party, the FedEx employee.
I will say this though, Deshae, if y'all doing a lie detector test, I would recommend you buy it, because if she buy it, she gonna try to manipulate the machine. She gonna do something before she gonna do something strange to it to make it seem like you actually lying. I'm telling you, dude.
Is the liar in all of this. Party, the FedEx employee, is the liar in all of this. We all know that lie detector tests is something that you do for fun on your streams. So there should be no problem for you to set this up.
I told you. I told you. She trying to come on a platform.
Follow through with it, that just leads me to believe you know you're not finna pass. But let me know.
She trying to trick you.
I don't know if she thinks it's like 2016, 2017, where we just hitting the lie detector test like it's a whole YouTube video. But I don't think Deshae wants to bring it there, because it's gonna just give her more clout and more attention. And
that's what she trying to do.
Of what he truly wants. Literally, in his response, he said that she was a clout chaser. So bringing you onto his platform for more people to want to follow you and see what you have to say would not help him in any way, shape, or form. Especially if you're spreading what he feels or lies about him. Then why would he ever want to do that? But then I'm gonna come to my ultimate point. I feel like it is odd of her, if he is DL, to bring that to the internet just to try and expose him for no apparent reason. I mean, outing somebody that doesn't want their sexuality out there is pretty weird and odd. But then again, at the end of the day, this is Diddy Frost. We're talking about the same guy who does a lot of terrible things. So a lot of people are gonna be on her side to begin with, purely because they already don't like him. And I do feel like Deshae's response was pretty terrible. I mean, if somebody calls him out for being DL and he's not, I think he should just move on with his day. As he mentioned it in stream, if he just did a one-off comment like, yeah, this girl mentioned saying I was gay and that's not true, he just kept it pushing. But he went from segment to different place to car to inside his house, still talking about the situation. So it's just gonna bring it even more attention. It makes it seem like you're really pressed about something you shouldn't be, especially if you in your heart know it's not even true. It just shouldn't bother you that much, at least in my opinion, because who would really care? If someone was to comment on this video 1,000 times, you're gay, I know you're DL, I know that's not true, so I'm gonna keep it moving on with my day, because that only brings me more attention. And attention when you're doing things like content creation, whether it's bad or good, honestly is a good fundamental thing for your career, because it's just gonna elevate you in some way. At least that's how I feel. But if you wanted to,
that's gonna do it for the video. If y'all enjoyed that reaction video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. This was Deshae Frost. Allegations are terrifying. Now, me personally, I don't think it's true, but if it is true, it is what it is. So what? But we about to get out of here. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out of here, man. What y'all think about the situation? Let me know in the comment section, and I'm out of here.